Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Laurel Porter. It is a settlement advocate's hope will keep kids from getting hooked on vaping.
Oregon's Attorney General announcing today Juul Labs will pay more than $400 million to dozens of states after an investigation led by state attorney generals found the company marketed its products to children and teens. Alma McCarty joins us now. And Alma, Juul did not explicitly admit to any wrongdoing. What's the reaction been to the settlement?
So of that $440 million, Oregon will get around $19 million. A lot of that money will go to prevention and education, but advocates that I spoke with today say it's really just a drop in the bucket after the damage caused.
Appetizing flavors, sleek design, misleading ads, and free samples. Just some of the ways investigators say e-cigarette maker Juul appealed to youth, marketing vaping products to children and teens.
These are products that people are ingesting in their bodies that are tasting like gummy bears and churros. They're looking like candy. They look like popsicles. They look like things that are intended for children. And we are now hearing directly from this lawsuit that it is explicit.
Jamie Dunphy works for the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network in Oregon. He said the multi-million-dollar settlement with the attorneys general across 34 states sends a clear message to manufacturers.
These flavored tobacco products have no place in our community anymore. Big tobacco has no right to prey on our children.
As part of the multi-state settlement, Juul agreed to stop some of its previous practices, like depicting young people in ads, using cartoons and product placement, and allowing website access without age verification. The company issued a statement following Tuesday's agreement, reading in part that it's a significant part of our ongoing commitment to resolve issues from the past. The terms of the agreement are aligned with our current business practices.
Nicotine is a deeply addictive substance, and that is really the reason we are most concerned about this.
Dunphy says, despite today's news, anti-smoking advocates have a long way to go to address the problem.
It is a direct correlation between making these products taste good and hooking the next generation of smokers, because tobacco and nicotine are the only products that, when used properly, kill the customer, and big tobacco must constantly find new customers.
Now, Dunphy tells me that some of the next steps in our state are proactive, like a flavored tobacco ban. One was recently passed in Washington County by commissioners last year, and now it is up for discussion for leaders in Multnomah County. David?
The conversation continues. Thank you, Alma. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. Teachers and staff in Ridgefield plan to strike as early as Friday if no deal is reached with the district. The union says it's asking for smaller class sizes, better student access to special education, and better wages. The district has posted its latest offer on its website and says it is, quote, hopeful about reaching a resolution. Both sides will be back at the bargaining table on Wednesday afternoon.
A youth soccer coach has been arrested, accused of planting a camera to spy on players. 47-year-old Michael Doty of Newburgh is charged with attempted invasion of privacy. According to court documents, he had a camera in the bathroom and bedroom and recorded a 12-year-old victim. Police are worried there may be more victims out there.
Boosters that target the latest COVID subvariants are now arriving in Oregon. Some pharmacies already getting shots into arms, others scheduling appointments for later in the week. The state of Oregon, at least initially, is expecting upwards of 150,000 boosters. Moderna's boosters for 18 and up, Pfizer for 12 and up. To be eligible, you need to have completed your primary series of shots and also wait at least 2 months from your last dose or booster. Well, here in the Pacific Northwest, we are fortunate to have thousands upon thousands of acres of public land to enjoy. The beauty of the wild is all around us all the time. It can also sometimes offer a few surprises, right? One of them at the top of the iconic Mount Bachelor.
Well, David, when you think about Mount Bachelor, you might first think of skiing and snowboarding in the winter, but summertime at the top of the mountain has its own attractions. Photojournalist Kurt Austin and I recently trekked up the volcano to find a lot of other hikers enjoying something truly spectacular. In Central Oregon's majestic Cascade Mountain Range stands Mount Bachelor, a world-class ski resort in the winter. It brings surprising adventures in the summer. Is this an adventure?
Yes, it is.
And where are they headed?
Well, we're heading up to the piano.
Up here?
Yes.
And yes, as they climb this mountain, the unexpected sound of music. From a piano, a 1912 9-foot Steinway grand piano, perfectly poised 8,000 feet above the valley floor.
This is the greatest.
As pianist Hunter Nowak transforms the surrounding mountain range into an outdoor classical music concert hall.
What an incredible place to listen to beautiful music. We're groupies.
Concert goers traveling from around the region, perched next to lingering patches of snow under bluebird skies.
It's amazing. It really is amazing.
And so the music becomes a soundtrack to their experience in this landscape.
Hunter has performed in the wild in all corners of his state and in between, from Crater Lake to the coast, from the Alvord Desert to the Wallowas, to here at Central Oregon's Mount Bachelor. In its 7th year, the In a Landscape concerts are inspired by a Great Depression-era program that brought free music concerts to public lands.
And so I was really inspired by that because it brought the fine arts outside of these places that sometimes feel exclusive and brought them into places that belong to all of us, our public lands.
Wireless headsets provide concert-quality acoustic sound and allow people to wander and experience their surroundings. Part of the concert series' mission to celebrate Oregon state parks and public lands.
We look out here in the Deschutes National Forest and, this is all thousands of acres of public land. And it's our responsibility to care for it.
For about a third of the audience, it's their first time at a classical music concert, enticed at first by how unusual it is.
And so part of it is just the drama of seeing this beautiful instrument in these magical landscapes that brings people there. And then once they're there, then they're like, oh, this is actually really amazing music.
And part of the magic and mystery, and what you might be wondering, how in the world did they get the piano up here?
How did they get it up here? Like a crane or?
The artist is also the composer of a detailed technical plan for his precious piano to scale a mountain.
Right up the top of this lift, there's that tower, and we go just kind of beyond that.
The road to the top begins early in the morning.
There are some people that are appalled that we do this with a piano.
But the piano is carefully packed. Its legs removed, it rides on its belly in a flatbed trailer.
But I think it's worth it.
Hauled behind a heavy-duty pickup around treacherous turns, over rocky terrain, and through hollowed-out holes in the dirt road.
These pianos were built to tour. They weren't really built to be in a trailer going up dirt roads.
Once it's near the top, a Skytrack, a mountain tractor, pulls the truck and trailer over a steep grade of loose lava scree.
I'm just spinning out.
Oops, sliding a little.
With Hunter at the helm, supported by his crew, they guide it onto the precipice of the mountain.
Good job, Hunter.
Good job, Hunter. Good job, everybody.
The team secures the piano, levels it,
That's it? That's it. Good.
and reattaches its legs. And the flatbed becomes a stage. Mother Nature provides the backdrop, Hunter and his Steinway supply the soundtrack. From Chopin to Rachmaninoff to Ravel, the soaring music connects audience members to the landscape and to the instrument. Hunter even invites people to listen from underneath the piano.
I hope people find moments of magic in nature. I hope people feel something because of this music and because of being in a landscape with, with other people.
This is just the most magnificent thing I've experienced in a long time in my life.
For those who've been to one of Hunter's concerts before,
What touched me sitting here tonight was I can hear the same piece at different locations, and it touches me in a different place.
classical music in the wild,
It's a breath of fresh air.
chords in a landscape
Such a unique experience.
that lift us up and bind us together. In a Landscape, Classical Music in the Wild is an Oregon nonprofit. Nearly half the people who've attended the more than 145 concerts over the years attended for free. There are several more concerts in the region this season, and you can find ticket information on their website or in this story on KGW.com. And David, by the way, Hunter Nowak released his first classical music album this summer. In a Landscape went to #1 on the classical music Billboard charts.
Yeah, not surprised at all. I love that you are encouraged to wander around and be part of the experience. It's almost as if you become part of the landscape and then it becomes part of you too.
Exactly. And there's another concert tomorrow at Smith Rock if you want to go. Let's go.
And we'll try for it. Well done. We'll still ahead at